Hello everyone, it's Scott, and welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolve Skyblock Expert Mode. So behind me is a little bit of an automation that I've been working on to try to speed up the awakening rituals for these dragon hearts. So what I've set up are 3 channels, one of which is going to lead to a open crate, which is going to drop things vertically. I have a autonomous activator to place and a redstone clock to activate a TNT, which will, when activated, will drop vertically. And then underneath, I have a number of autonomous activators that are going to place the awakened draconium around the activated heart. All right, let's give this thing a go. So TNT goes in the left, and that's going to enter the autonomous activator and get hit by the redstone clock. So I need to drop in a draconic heart, which will pretty much immediately come out the open crate. So let's see when the TNT is activated. There we go. And then that should blow up in a second. There we go. So now we have an activated heart. I just have to wait for it to turn into glow mode. There we go. And then we feed in 16 of the draconic cores. And while that's going, we're going to feed in 4 of the awakened draconium. And so because of the placing nature of the autonomous activator, it places them 2 blocks above, which will put it inside the protected space of the obsidian. And then, boom, awakened draconium. Awesome. So let me collect this, and I'll show you how I was getting the hearts. Alright, here I am on Draconic Island number 3. So I went and beat the Chaos Guardian one more time, and I think what I'm going to do with this island is start to mine it for resources. So I found that there is quite a lot of stuff down here. So if I were to start to just go kind of crazy on mining the end stone, what I can do is I've relinked this ender pouch to point back towards the generic item gathering pouch. You can see here that it's working quite well for just feeding items in, and then that'll lead to that grinding system that I have that takes the end stone and transforms it and mines it into draconic ore. So in a way, this is going to save me a lot of time, just running across here as I clear this stuff out and very easily load it in. So while I'm doing this, the next stop is to take a look at my convocation of the damned ritual. So let's head here. So I've left this thing chunk loaded for quite a while. So let's take a this is working out really well. So you can see all the different buildings that have sprouted up. I've gone through and kind of attacked a small number of them, but this is a lot more than I remember here on the island. So I went through and cleaned out a couple of these chests. Yeah, I don't know if I really need the ender, but it's really as easy as coming over here, drilling through the ceiling. Whoops. Yeah, eventually I'll find a chest of some sort. There we go. And check inside. Nether quartz. Nice. Let's come through the wall here. Nothing. Did I already? Okay, I think I already went through this. Here's a chest. Okay, and we've got tin, we've got steel, we've got dimlets. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with dimlets, but anyway, it's a new resource source for dungeon loot, so I can go through and just mine this as I mega rubber sapling. Interesting. Yeah, I can just mine this as I so choose. Feed stuff back into my ME system just by shift clicking it in and dumping it in. So I guess I can go through and and clean this out at some point. Here's another one. And we've got iridium shards. That's what I'm looking for. So some of these have some pretty good, overgrowth seed. All right, so the overgrowth seed. I was reading that since Vasky went and got rid of the flowers in Botania, the passive mana generating flowers. It turns out that if you grow them on top of an overgrowth seed, that's the only way that you can kind of keep the base flowers generating indefinitely. But for the amount of effort that takes, I'd rather hang on to the overgrowth seed than use it that way. In any case, here's our buddies, the fire demons. Chop, chop. And got some more 4 soul shards. Pretty cool. So, yeah, when I have time, I can just go through this again and clean this out. Here's 2 more chests with a whole bunch more dimlets. Black Lotus. Don't recall what that does. Yeah, so eventually I'll go through and clean out all the iridium, but yeah, that'll work out really well towards speeding up some of my crafting. All right, I'm back at my base, and as you can see here, my Draconic core is barely breaking even at this point. I upgraded it to to the next tier of core. I threw another 28 Draconic blocks, so I'm up to a 9 billion storage capability at this point. So what I'd like to do is get started on the Draconic fusion generator, or yeah, let's take a look at this. All right, the Draconic Reactor is going to be quite a crazy multi-block here, and what I'm going to need to do is make a couple of pieces. So I'm going to need to make one of the Draconic Reactor cores. I'm going to need to make 4, or one of the, of this reactor energy injector, and then I'm going to need 4 of the reactor stabilizers. And so this is kind of a little complex multi-part thing, which to me is best left to the ME system. So what I ended up doing is crafting a lot of these pieces. So I just kind of like made one of each. I made a formula for the inner rotor, the rotor assembly, to deconstruct awakened blocks into awakened draconium. And so let's just load all this up in the molecular assemblers and see how stuff falls out at this point. So load them up. And I am out of assemblers. So let me take care of that and I'll be right back. Okay, that's done. So let's get back to the Draconic injector, whip up one of these, and of course the big guy, which will be the stabilizer. And okay, I was not able to craft up the reactor stabilizer because it's going to require these chaotic cores. So I can at least make the frame, the rotor, and the ring. So I can make 4 of these. Not impossible, okay. But I'm going to need to make this chaotic core. So this is going to be quite the investment, where I'm going to need 4 of these cores. So that means I'm going to need 16 awakened cores, which means a lot of dragons to kill. So let's see if I can take care of a couple of those. And that's how we do it. That's how we take down the Chaos Guardian. Alright, so that's 2 more hearts, so let me do it one more time and I'll check back at the base. Alright, so it's about an hour later, and I'm only now getting around to the point where I can build my first reactive stabilizer. I have now killed up to 9 dragons, so Chaos Guardians. Whew. So what I ended up doing, I will admit I've died a couple times, probably an additional 5 or so times, and so just to kind of prove that this is that all these are successful. Yep, this is number 9 here. And I've been digging down. Here it is, with the Icorium axe. So I can just clean up on these chaos shards later. But for now, each one of these islands is pretty much defeated and ready to be mined. I don't know if I have the will to go through and mine everything. But yeah, just took a lot of effort to get to this point, and I still have a ton of crafting to go just to get to the point where I can build the reactor parts. So let me head back to the base and take a look at that. So I think I just popped. Yep, it just made another resonant solar. So let's check out the count on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay. So 8 of these will make another advanced solar, and then that'll be the 8th advanced solar to make the okay, I think the solar is finally in sight. So let's take care of that and make sure I have my did I just drop these? Yes, okay, there's my 3. Okay. And collect up the rest to make another awakened, at least. Advanced solar panel. There we go. So advanced solar panel. Here it's going to require the advanced solar core. Make sure I have another one of those. Good. And done. Advanced solar panel. Let's clear up the rest of these. And let's see, the advanced solar panel will create the ultimate solar panel as long as I have an ultimate core. So ultimate, yep, 1 ultimate solar core already built, just waiting for this day. And done. Achievement get power forever. And power, and well, yeah, got an achievement. So with that, I get the Ultimate Solar Panel Trophy. Ridiculous. So let's come over here and plug it in. And so that should create a pretty good amount of RF, which all of it is being sunk into the ME system right now. So let's sleep off the nighttime and check back in. Alright, that was a pretty long slog. I had to go back and get 2 more dragon hearts, and I also modified the dragon activation, the heart activation machinery, so I should be able now to just drop in a heart and a TNT, have it automatically activate. There we go. And let's drop in the 4 charged draconium. I see what happened. I put it in the wrong chest before. So let's put it in the middle chest, drop the cores in, bloop, and then that should activate the heart, which should, yep, now it's spinning out the right color, and that should activate the draconium, and with very little effort, bam. Okay, and so that should be the last pieces that I need to be the fuel for the Draconic Reactor. So let's head back over here and grab the other pieces. And yeah, I just had to really go through and make those cores. It just took a very long time. So here's our Draconic Energy Injector. We have now the next piece I'm going to need are the 4 reactor stabilizers, and I was also reading how I'm going to also need the flux gate, and then these are going to be some very essential controllers for making sure that I don't overfeed the reactor containment. So I'm also going to need a comparator, probably at least 1. Let's make a couple more just in case. I'm going to need 8 awakened draconium, at least. That's too many. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then we're going to need some of the cryostabilized flux duct. So this stuff has infinite redstone transfer capability. So I'm going to grab a little bit of these, and I have 2 tesseracts for feeding RF into and out of my existing draconic storage, of which I have about 2 billion RF stored. I think I'm going to need at least 1 billion to activate the. Oh, look, I have another resonant solar. I'm going to need at least another billion to activate the containment field. Boop. I've also been making a couple more of the ultimate hybrid solar, so I have 4 here. So once I get up to 8, I'll be able to make another quantum solar panel. So let's head down. I'm thinking of building the reactor over by the first end island that I blew up at the end of last episode. So let's grab ourselves an angel block. Let's go and grab some slabs so we can build. And let me head over to the first dragon area and start setting this up. All right, now it's time for the moment of truth. So let's grab the Draconic Reactor core out of the ME crafting system, and let's head back to the area where I set up the reactor. So what I ended up doing was speccing out a little bit of a platform here. It's entirely contained within a chunk, and what I'd like to do is start wiring everything up. So the reactor energy injector is going to point up at this central column. So let's place the core here in the middle of this ring. So let me detonate the ring, and at this point I think I should have, let's try to get I may have to break these blocks and replace them. Yep, let's try one more time. Bink. And you. Alright, I don't know why that one worked this time, but now it finally did. So I'm getting an invalid setup error. So I think that some of these are not oriented properly. It looks symmetric. Alright, I really don't know what I changed because I ended up breaking and replacing the center core, and all of it appears to work now. So, alright, so what I need to do is set this guy up with a shift right click until it's linked to containment field inverted. And what it's going to do is send out a pulse that when the containment field is low, it's going to send out a strong signal over here, which is going to increase the amount of redstone flow that I'm going to bring out from my storage system. So let's set up some cryo-stabilized flux ducts here, and I'm going to route this underneath, I think. So let's put it there. Route. Okay. Bink, bink. We'll place it not there. But here. Okay. And then that should set up what I need for the routing. So let's set up a tesseract that's going to source from the power line system. At this point, do I really want it to be pumping in? Alright, so let's double check here. Yeah, the reactor's not on yet, so I don't want to activate that. Or do I? I'm not sure if I do or not. See, that should open up the flux gate here. Yeah, I don't see any energy going into the reactor at this point. Let me load in our 8 pieces of fuel, and yeah, I'm not quite ready to push that go button yet because I'm not quite ready, I don't think. So what I need to do over here is set up another gate. So let's build this here, and this is going to control the amount of energy extraction. So I don't want to take too much energy out, or do I have this the wrong way? No, I think this is what feeds the containment. Yeah, energy injector puts energy into the containment field. I think this is what's going to take it out. So I need to make sure that this is facing the right way. Nope. So let's shift click down. Okay, there we go. So purple, blue is on top, so that's energy in, going down, and this is what's going to feed the generators channel. Okay, and so in the beginning, we're going to set this very low because I need all the energy to go in and stay to stabilize the reaction. So down here, we will use this to... Now let's crank this up as much as possible. So shift clicking. Yeah, it's pretty slow. Alright, I've set this up to as 200,000 for now. Based on the strength of the signal, it's going to get chopped down to 17,300. The energy is going to come from the tesseract, from the from the power line channel, and come under and connect and dump in. So in theory, once I start the reaction, this should all be good to go. So I've placed in the fuel. Well, at this point, let's hit go. So we're in the charging state. Field strength is growing. Good. So eventually this will hit up about 50%, I believe. Yep. And then we should start to see the core temperature raise as the energy saturation improves. So I should try to balance this around 50%. This is going to take a little while to run. I do have, let's see, yep, it'll take up to 1 billion to start. So let's wait this guy out. Alright, we are charged. So we're at 2000 core temperature, 50% field strength, 50% saturation. Let's give it a go. And so what's going to happen, as I understand it, is that the energy saturation is going to build for a bit. Eventually, yep, so what I'm going to need to do is regulate the amount of energy out to my tesseract. So I had to flip around the flux gate. So if this is working correctly, this should be sending out on the generator line back into the ME system. But again, there doesn't seem to be a flow at all, which is interesting. So this is just building at this point. Temperature is dropping as the containment field strength improves. I don't know if the saturation... See, we're not actually burning fuel yet. We're building a very tiny bit of fuel. Generation rate, we're producing about 130,000 RF per tick. The field is taking a lot more energy to build, and the core temperature is dropping. I'm not sure what happens when this reaches 100,000. This is in the down direction. I wonder if I need to get a redstone signal to this guy too. So let's grab ourselves a redstone block. Yep, we're not getting any energy there. In fact, we are losing it. Okay, if I were to put that there... Oh, now I'm getting flow. Okay, so I can just increase the amount of energy out at this point until I find a happy medium. Okay, so that was my problem. So I need to export at least 50,000 per tick. So let's bring out 100,000. Okay. and energy saturation is dropping. Alright, so it's at this point I just need to bring this back down to the 50% marks. That was my problem. Temperatures are stable, reactor's stable, and I'm going to call this an episode. So this is just too crazy of a build to get it to the point where everything is okay. But at least I'm at that point. So in between episodes, I'm going to do some cleanup here, rebalance the RF production, figure out what the optimum settings are, and I will check back with you when that's done. So if you could, please leave a comment or a like. Let me know how I'm doing, and I will see you next time in Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Skyblock Expert Mode. Bye!